How do you manage seeing your hopes hit the rocks? Living every day, waking up every day, and hoping that today will be the day that your dreams, your hopes, and your expectations will come to pass. And then going to bed at the end of the night, those hopes have not been achieved, those expectations have not been fulfilled, and sometimes completely dashed against the rocks and gone into pieces. My name is Juliet Imo. Welcome to the second episode of Walking Through Infertility. In this episode, I'm going to be giving you an overview of my journey, 23 years journey on the path of infertility. Welcome, stay tuned. Like I said, my name is Juliet Imo, and I got married to the love of my life on the 9th of February 2002. Before the 9th of February 2002, I'd known my husband for 4 years plus. When I met my husband, I knew. Some months after I met my husband, I just knew it right in my bones that I was going to marry this man. Prior to the day we met officially, I didn't know that. This was a story he told me. I had walked into the company where he works. I was going to do a technical write-up on safety, and I decided to use that particular company due to proximity to the university as my case study. That particular day, I got on Okada, a bike, we call it Okada in Nigeria, and I was going to the office. Along the way, it rained heavily. It rained so badly that I was completely soaked. Before the Okada rider would find a place to park, I was already wet. So I had no choice. I felt that I couldn't go back. I couldn't meet the safety manager the way I was. So I had to go back to the hostel, got myself changed, and then came back to the company. As God will have it, the one who arranges everything. When I got to the company's gate, the security man cleared me, and then he asked me, "Do you know the safety manager's office?" I said, "No, I didn't." Just at that particular time, my husband was walking through. I think he went for lunch or something, and he was going back into the facility. So the security man called out to him and said, "Could you kindly show this lady the safety manager's office?" He agreed. Then we were walking together. After some time, he now said, "I think I know you." In my heart, I'm like, they've started. Horrible line, I said. And I said to him, in a very sarcastic but calmly sarcastic way. And I said, So he said, "Yes, I think I know you." He said, "Were you at the ISEC welcome event for year one students 3 years ago?" I looked at him and I said, "Yes, I was there." And he went on to say, "Were you wearing a black and white polka dot dress?" And I was like, wow. So I kind of said yes. Then I turned and I looked at him and I remembered him. And I remembered him because of one very funny thing. I'm not going to say it here, but I did remember him. Then I said, "Oh yes, I was the one." He said he remembered that he was very sure that I was the one. And I was amazed how he was able to still remember me 3 years down the line. I just smiled. And so eventually we got to the front of the safety manager's office, and he said to me, he pointed out the place and said, "That's the office." I said, "Thank you very much." So I left. He walked on and I went in to see the safety manager. It was a very successful meeting. And after that, I left back to the hostel. I didn't get to see him again until 2 weeks after. Then we ran into each other. He was at a car mechanic trying to fix his car. And he said, hi. I said, hello, sir. He said, how did your meeting go? I said, it went well. So he said, what's your name? I told him my name is Juliet. He said, where do you stay? I gave him my hostel address, and then I moved on. Probably after that day, he kept trying to reach me, but unfortunately for him, I was never in the hostel. So I think one particular day, he asked my roommate, where does she always go in the evening? And they said that he should meet me at a particular common room that I always go there to read in the evening. He came there, he asked somebody to call me, and he called me out. So he said he had been looking for me for months, but today he just had to where is this girl? Anyway, the rest is history, as they say. That was how we officially met, and we dated. 4 years down the line, we got married. And on our wedding day, I was on my period. I was worried that I was going to mess up my wedding gown. I was kind of afraid. But luckily, I didn't mess up my wedding gown. The wedding went smoothly. We came back together. We didn't have a honeymoon because there was no time. Our honeymoon was postponed to much later on in the year, or was even the next year. That was when we had our honeymoon. But our marriage has been blessed. Because I was on my period, I was very sure that I was going to be pregnant the next month. I was so sure. I mean, it's normal, isn't it? I'm married. I'm on my period. In 14 days' time, I will be ovulating. So I was very sure, pretty sure that all of this was set and it was going to happen. And I thanked God for it. Unfortunately, 22 years after, and some months on top of it as Jara, I never got that hope fulfilled. I never got that expectations met. That's life. My expectations were dashed in a way. However, there are so many things to be thankful about in my marriage. That's the peace, the love, and the unity. So that's in its own, it's a good thing, and I'm grateful to God for it. I'm super thankful that I have an understanding husband. I have an understanding parent-in-law, my siblings, my mom. I have super supportive husband and friends. But above it all, I thank God for the peace He has given to me. And this is what this channel will be about. Talking about these dashed expectations, how I've managed to put it all together, how I've managed to live each day at a time. I'll be talking about my challenges. So if this is something you think you need, if the discussions I will be having here will benefit you or anyone you know, please send this link to them. Subscribe, hit the notification button, like it so that other people will be able to find it. As I take you through the journey that I never thought that I would ever go through in life, let's do this together. In my first episode, I had tried to explain the reason why I started this channel, where I had explained that somebody made me realize that people could benefit from it. And that's the reason why I'm doing this. And I sincerely hope with all of my heart that somebody will benefit from this. So, back to the overview of my story. I was worried, and first month went, second month, third month, fourth month, nothing was happening. I reached out to my friend who was a medical doctor. He said, usually give you 1 year. So I said, okay, 1 year. 1 year of worrying, 1 year of plenty agitation. I waited for 1 year, nothing happened. So exactly 1 year or some weeks or days after 1 year, I decided to go to the hospital. And that was how the investigation started. I'll be sharing the very first investigation in the very next episode and all the drama in between. Let's meet again next week as I tell you my story, as I share the trauma I had to pass through with every investigation and the delays, the waiting. Have a beautiful day. But I need to remind you this. There is nothing more important than having peace at home. If you're a man watching this, it's not your wife's problem. If you're a woman watching this, it's not your husband's problem. It's your problem. The two of you are in this journey together. And you need to hold each other. You need to support each other. There is no need for blame. Hold your hands, pray together, do this together. And eventually, God will lead you into your Goshen. God will lead you into your promised land. Two can't work together except they are agreed. Work together. Do not let anything take your peace and unity from you. Take care until we meet again next week. Remember, if you like this storyline, then please like the video, share the link, subscribe, hit the notification button. Leave me a comment if there is something you want me to talk about. If you'd also want to share your own story with me in this community, like I said, it's a community. If you're going to want to share your story with me, please reach out to me. My email address will be left in the description box. Or you can send me a DM or leave a comment and I'll reach out to you. Take care and God bless. Bye.